4th of July experience with hot summers and AC going bad. So this is the V8 motor and the messed up AC clutch. Yeah, it's gone. So we're static. Saram and I have been discussing how this clutch and an AC is put together. He raised a very good question. Why do they use rubber to weld the clutch itself to the shaft that turns the AC and the compressor inside? And that's just rubber, and it's come apart from the centerpiece, as you can see here, right? And I was suggesting that if we could just weld this, there's some rubber gone over here, if you can just weld that piece to the centerpiece of the compressor, we would have it working. But then we thought about why is it that they did not just weld it directly, and Saram came up with a good theory. What's your theory, Saram?
My theory?
Yeah.
My theory is
Maybe vibration?
probably just to prevent act as a shock absorber or something like that,
So,
and prevent the shock from going on from this guy to the bottom.
yeah, as it is, when you turn the AC, you feel it pull down the motor, and you feel a little bit of a vibration go from the engine to your steering wheel, right? I wonder if they didn't have this fuse mechanism as a rubber glue to the metal shaft here to connect to the actual belt in the engine, what it would feel like. And I think that they have it this way not because they want to be cheap and give us a mechanism that will eventually fail, but maybe just to minimize the vibration from the compressor, from the shaft to the compressor, to the belt, to the motor, to the steering wheel, to the car. So it's an obvious question that I actually asked back in the days: how in the world do you get ice or coolness or cool air out of a compressor? And through various readings, I learned that when you change the status or the state of a component, in this case being freon, a gas, from gaseous to liquid, when you put in the work to make that transition, make that change, that's where the magic happens. Okay? In this case, I believe that transition produces a drop in temperature, which then you can use to pull away the heat from inside the car. So you need a compressor. You need to compress the gaseous state from hot gas to liquid, and when that happens, you get the effects you need in temperature. You do pass it through. So there is the compressor being moved by this, and the motor is moving with the belt, this part. You see the top part's no longer moving because it's a defective clutch, but this would stay still while I'm moving this. When I engage the coil that's inside this clutch, it generates an electrical field that will pull these two together like a big magnet, and their hands making this turn and push the pistons in and out inside this compressor, which is they're cylindrically configured. And these hoses right here are the intake and output for freon. On one side, you're going to get freon that's very, very, very gaseous and very, very hot, and on the other side, you're going to get liquid. Okay, and if you touch the low side of the AC system, it's always very cool. and the high side is always very hot. So one is carrying gas and the other one is carrying liquid. Cool, very hot. And they always warn you, do not touch the hot side, because the high side, because it's very hot. So the high side is high temperature, hot gas. The low side is low temperature, liquid. And after putting the system together, you put pressure on the system to see if it holds it, for how long. I'm going to take about a minute video to see if it'll hold it steady. And it's right in between those two lines. I'm possibly losing a little bit somewhere. Yes, I am. No, it's still between the two lines. Okay, so we have a little bit of a leak, but it's probably because I have a fitting here, and we have this kind of a setup. Let's follow it. In a minute, 17 seconds, 19 seconds, and it's losing. And after the compressor is back on, we are trying to pull negative vacuum, and as you can see, absolute pressure is right about 0, and we want to pour one bar, negative bar down, or 30 psi down, and see if it holds it for at least 30 minutes. If it does, there's no leaks. If it doesn't, well, there's a leak, and that must be fixed. Otherwise, it'll hold the gas for a little while and it'll drain it into the air, and I will be very disappointed after all this work. Okay, let's see what it does. When the pressure starts to get a phenomenal spot, the system likes it, the pressure starts to kick in and out as you are observing this video. Very interesting. So now as you hear it, pressure builds up and the compressor kicks in, drops it back to 50. Still trying to see if I can get more. When it gets to 55, I'll stop it. That's typically where I've seen it do really well. We're still not getting anything inside, but the system is responding favorably. I'm going to go ahead and cool down the evaporator, the condenser at this point. The condenser is outside, to see if it reacts differently and it starts to cool inside the truck. Now it's begun to not cycle, and it's holding this charge at about 35, continuing to charge. It's at about 45 to 55. That's where I'll stop, letting it take more freedom. Still continuing to climb down, about a degree per minute. We're not quite at 55 psi inside the compressor pressure, but now it's staying on a lot longer than it was before when we first started. Engaged much outside on this spinning belt, and it is recycling pressure. We're good at pressure, not over pressure. We're going to continue to engage the clutch. Pretty good sign so far. But also, as this process continues, we're starting to get more cool air coming into the cabin. And we're at 97 back then, and it's dropping fast, a degree per minute maybe. 78, boom. So don't know if I was taping on that last one, but just in case, that's a 50 pounds of pressure. The gas tank is upside down for better results. We have reached what's called very comfortable temperatures for the cabin, as many of you guys would say. Woo! And there you go, finally got it. So when the first test is shut off all the valves, pull the hoses out. Once the hoses are off, then you go have a sandwich, let it sit for a while, come back and turn it back on and see what happens. This is telling me that the compressor's happy. I've done everything right for it to run under normal parameters, and it seems like it might hold, but there's no guarantee. It's a remanufactured compressor. Anything can happen. I didn't pay the full blast price of $263. I paid $244 for a remanufactured. Yes, I should have gone for the other one, but I just wanted to see what would happen if I saved a couple more bucks. I hope I don't pay for it.